So Cody Rhodes has been making the headlines recently on the internet since he had shockingly announced on his personal Twitter account that after 10 years is quite a trek, he had asked for his company, he had asked the WWE to release him from his contract. And at the time, like currently it's unknown if WWE will grant his release. It's been over like what at the time of this video, 6, 7 hours since that, and well, it's sad because Cody Rhodes managed to make a lot of gimmicks that people would say, "Oh, that's never gonna work." Make it work, kind of like Damian Sandow, how he managed to make the intellectual savior of the masses work, the Mizdow gimmick work, and then his Macho Man Randy Savage parody gimmick work. Even though everyone agreed that was entirely stupid and kind of a waste of his talent, yeah, he still somehow managed to make it work. I won't count his multiple personality gimmick since, well, I really just don't really see how anything could work like that. So, anyways, like Cody Rhodes, like I don't know what's gonna happen. Like he has a lot of talent in him. I'm pretty sure he'll do something later on in the independent scene or retire from wrestling. Like he's still really young. Like he's like what 30 years old. So I see him potentially going to the independent scene, probably go to Japan. I won't say TNA because TNA is on the verge of bankruptcy as enough as it is, so I don't think they have enough time to pay another talent. And Cody Rhodes over the last 10 years, like it started out like, oh, he's just another guy taking on after his father. He's not going to be successful since he can't live up to his father, Dusty Rhodes. But Cody Rhodes managed to prove everybody wrong. Like he can make to the potential. He can be the main event level. Except WWE wasn't really going to commit to that since WWE has really a weird history with the Rhodes family. Like they would turn these talented, exceptional wrestlers and give them gimmicks that people would say, "Oh, that's never going to work." So let's just slap it on there. Dusty Rhodes with the polka dot gimmick that he managed to make it work. Dustin Rhodes for the Goldust gimmick, he managed to make that work. Cody Rhodes with multiple gimmicks that people would say, "Oh, that's not going to work," and then Cody Rhodes made it work. Then ultimately Stardust happened, and like a lot of people had was negative against Stardust's gimmick, like thinking like, "Oh, they're just trying to insult Cody Rhodes again." And I was like, okay, if his brother can make it work, then I'm certain that he can make it work. And they he managed to make it work in my opinion. Like it was it was starting out a little bit slow at first, but he I think he was trying to get used to the gimmick and then he started really making it work and he started to make interview promos backstage on the Raw Fallout, which begs the question why this never aired on television. I had to find this out watching Del Busto's video about Cody Rhodes versus Goldust at WrestleMania, which never happened, sadly. And a lot of people were hoping, like, oh, this is going to be leading to Cody Rhodes versus Goldust at WrestleMania. That never happened. Like, it happened at Fastlane. It was a piss poor match. And to this day, I'm, like, wondering what the heck happened. Like, I feel like at that time there was a huge power struggle, in my opinion, and it was affecting management and everything else. And the referee just made a horrible decision, and it's not fired. But well, since this is the Rhodes family, they don't give a crap. They don't give a crap about it. So, and then he started doing storylines with Titus O'Neil late 2015, and that was like the kiss of death, because after that, there was like no point in caring about the storyline. And Titus O'Neil was trying to convince Stardust to go back to being Cody Rhodes, and Cody Rhodes would tweet on his Stardust account where, oh, Cody Rhodes is coming back, oh, Cody Rhodes is coming back, and he didn't, and made up this huge lie saying, oh, I'm not doing that. That gave him great heel heat, and if WWE had capitalized on that, I'm pretty sure he would have been a big heel. I really think he could have been much better as a face, but as a heel, he was great at it. So I don't know what's gonna happen. And then he feuded after WrestleMania 32. We entered a feud with Apollo Crews, aka Yuha Nation, and nothing really materialized from that because Apollo Crews is not giving any direction since the main roster doesn't give a damn about NXT superstars. So Cody Rhodes had asked for his release, saying this on his personal Twitter account. The last 10 years have been quite a trek, but as of earlier today, I've asked for my release from WWE. And as of this video right now, at the time of this video's production, WWE has yet to grant his release and is still signed with the company. So it's going to be a wonder what they're going to do. Are they going to cut him when the other talent guys get cut? Because apparently they're going to cut more superstars off and more workers after Extreme Rules, from what I heard. But right now, Cody Rhodes leaving is going to be a major blow to the talent pool since they just lost one of their most talented performers. So I really don't know what's going to happen with Cody Rhodes. Is he going to go somewhere else? Is he going to retire? I hope he doesn't retire because he has a lot. Because he's only 30 years old and that's pretty young. So there's a lot left in the tank for him. Way a lot, way too much to lose on that if he retired suddenly. So anyways, let's hope Cody Rhodes the best of luck if he does get his release and leaves the company. This was Neo Reality Entertainment. Feel free to like, comment, subscribe, and donate. Stay tuned for more.